Well, a lot of pushback has started, and of course, when the trolls target your channel, then you know what's next. And it's so obvious anymore on YouTube, who has an agenda and who's searching for answers. One of the things that still amazes me that somebody wants to say we're going into an ice age. We're headed for an ice age. And these people that say that respond and react the same way that the flat earthers do, that the way that the solar simulator people do. They're very, very nasty. They're very hateful. And I don't know why, if I haven't targeted anybody's channel, I haven't mentioned any names, why somebody would come at you with such hatred. And you may say, oh, that's just the way things are, that's YouTube, but it's really not. It's by design, it's by agenda, it's meant to coerce and harass people who are putting out the truth. And that's actually nothing new. That's been going on since before the birth of Christ. But I want to just set the record straight right here. People want, like I use the word cherry pick. That's where you hand select your data so as to distort the whole picture and the big picture. You provide such a narrow representation of the overall data sets that it distorts exactly what's being told. Now in 2000, you can see where the trend's going. This only goes up to 2010 and it started solar maximum, and this has only gotten worse. The trend has continued. When you look at what methane is doing, which is directly related to heating of the oceans and temperature, the graphs and the trends have still just continued. But you can see that once upon a time we used to have just as many cold records as heat records, and that all went away, and the trend has been accelerating. And I'm sorry this is cut off at 2010, because it would just be devastating to those who say we're going into an ice age. We're getting cold, and the ice is supposed to get thicker, and the ice extent is supposed to grow in the winter. So if somebody is showing you that we're gaining ice, we're supposed to be gaining ice. The problem is when you look at just one winter, and you don't look at the past 30 winters, something is very wrong with you. And that is what people are showing you. If you're being misled or lied to, that's what they're doing. They're just showing you, and then they're making a big deal about it. And I could sit there and make a whole video about one glacier, how big it's grown, and talk about it, and the snowfall, and this and that, and make an entire video about one glacier. You could walk away from that video thinking, wow, we're going into an ice age. That's how effective the propaganda can be when it talks about video, and when you talk about video formats. It's too easy to make a mountain out of a molehill and then cover up the mountains by just totally ignoring them altogether. So that's what's happening. This trend has continued. The oceans are sitting at record warm heat content, and if people by now don't understand what that means, when all your oceans, all bodies of water, including lakes and big lakes and deep lakes, when they're all sitting at record warm temperatures, then you have to acknowledge that is your thermostat. That is your indicator. Doesn't matter what I say, doesn't matter what pictures I show you, what articles I show you. If you know in your heart that we have record warm oceans as being reported by everybody who has a buoy with a thermometer on it. And so there's no discussion, and the only discussion is to be had about whether we're getting hotter or colder is with people who are completely and totally in the dark. I'm trying to be nice about this, who are completely and totally naive about things. And you don't have to be naive. You could be the smartest person in the world, but denial is a horrible thing. Cognitive dissonance is a horrible thing when you're trying to do the right thing, when you're trying to protect your family. And that's all I got to say.